Greetings and salutations, folks. My name is Nick, and welcome back to Scarlet Hollow, where we are still within the hallucination, within the haunting, in which seemingly a ghost... I think that, like, a ghost is simplest explanation, or some sort of spirit or something has possessed myself and or the entire group who came to hunt the ghost. And in said possession, we have seen various viewpoints of this person's final days in this town. Perhaps final days in life, that I'm not actually too certain about. But it appears that this is the son of Shaw, the son of the mine owner who was run out of town. And that said mine owner's son had come back for vengeance. And things may not be quite as they seem. Shall we enter this clearly safe hole to climb down? Follow Tabitha in her footsteps. You find yourself pressed uncomfortably against a trellis. A small castle sits off to one side of the wall, and the bars of a prison loom over both all of it and all of you. And also this thing is not just getting closer, but also getting larger. What was the voice that I gave Avery? It's been like a week. Climbing up the trellis again. How very Romeo and Juliet of you. No need to run off. I won't tell the old man. Though you've gotten sloppy, you should try to be more careful if you don't want him putting you in an early grave. Oh, there's Avery, way up there. Are the bars metaphorical or are they real? You keep asking me things like I know any better than you do. We've both been seeing the same rooms. You do know. You wouldn't be so nervous if you didn't. I'm nervous because we're trapped in a ghost realm and forced to watch a bunch of skits where real human beings are used as puppets. Get off my back. For all we know, none of this even happened. And even if any of this did happen, who's to say this is even close to an accurate interpretation? We're watching the memories of a dead man. No, not one of her brothers. I'm a prisoner, another victim of the Scarlet's lies, like you, Charles Shaw. Be straight with me, Tabitha. What do you know? Okay, fine, sure. Maybe it's possible the old Scarlets let Charles Shaw take the rap when they could have stepped up and taken more responsibility. Why do you think I'd know the details? That's the sort of secret people tend to take to their graves. And we're an important family around here. I'm sure a lot of people feel like they've been victims of us because we're easy to blame. A mere generation makes no difference. His blood runs in your veins, does it not? And now it runs in hers. Huh. Yes, it seems your little trysts bore fruit. And oh, will you ever be in trouble when the old man finds out? Tabitha's eyes go wide. You do know who this is. Quit dodging the question. Shh, let it talk. I think this might be important. You know you don't have to keep dangling there. Come inside, you'll be able to hear me through the door just fine. The world around you swirls, and you and Tabitha find yourselves pulled to the other side of the wall. A door bound by countless locks and chains pulsates before you. No, I have not played Silent Hill 4: The Room, but I'm aware of it. This is definitely supposed to be the estate, but I can't tell how much of this is real and how much is a metaphor. Stop talking, we might miss something. That's not what I invited you in for. I couldn't escape even with your help. I merely wanted to offer a warning. Leave town now. I wish I could, or play along, I wish I could. Play along, I wish I could. You can't take her with you. It's not possible. You can always stay and die. But if I were you, I would use my healthy legs and run as far from Scarlet Hollow as possible. Huh. I hear the beaches are nice. Why don't you take a permanent vacation there? Is Avery talking to, like, your character's mother? Why should I trust you? Ah, you've been talking to the witch then? How very interesting. Charlie, get away from the door. Don't listen to it. Stella? Eddie, what the hell is going on here? How does it know that? This is too much. I just want to go home. Do you feel sick? I feel sick. Also, monster disappeared. Can we talk now? What do you know about this place? Tabitha. And also you've got a gear in your eye for some reason. I mean, this is almost certainly the estate. And whatever we just saw probably happened in the Forbidden Wings, just based off the location of the windows. That half of the house has been off limits for over a decade. I don't know what we just saw, okay? And I don't know what it sounded like here, but Charlie isn't related to us. I know that much, and I think... Come on, the quicker we get through this, the quicker we'll be out of this ghost place, hopefully. You and Tabitha walk after Stella and into the darkness. Oh my gosh, even Gretchen has gotten spooky. You and your cousin find yourselves crouched under a large table. Stella stares through you as indecipherable murmurs and shuffling feet echo from the ends of the table. Oh, I don't know how, but this feels so much worse than the last room. Yeah. Them's be some big feet. Some big legs. They're lovely. Are you sure I can keep one? You must have worked very hard on them. We've got to be near the end, right? That music is the same song that started playing when Stella first showed up. Yeah, I think you're right. What a creepy scene to end things on. I can't believe that ghost is making Stella humiliate herself like this by doing a baby voice. It's embarrassing. I'll try to keep it away from my brothers so they don't smash it. Though I wish I could make it move like you can. And you can even do the voices. You know, you could probably make real money if you put on a show for people. Uh-huh. So that's why everyone's moving weirdly like while they've been possessed. He's got a thing with puppets. Huh. And that's then him. He isn't approaching us. He is the puppet master. He sure does. A traveling show? And you'd want me there too? Oh, we could go to towns along the beach? I've heard the Outer Banks are the most beautiful place in the world. I wish we could go back in time all those years ago and tell them what we know. Me too. Thank you, Charlie. I've always wanted to see the ocean. You can see the tiniest shimmer of tears in Tabitha's eyes. She blinks, and they're gone. There, are you done now, Charlie? Can we leave? Everything crashes to a thunderous black before you or Tabitha can get in another word. A single spotlight remains, illuminating a trapdoor in the center of the stage. You feel drawn to it. The trapdoor. Are we back in Rosalina's room? We must be. Which one of us is going to open it? I'm opening it. Open the trapdoor. You wordlessly step towards the trapdoor. It creaks open all on its own. Oh god, this is so much worse than opening it ourselves. You and Tabitha are shoved from behind and tumble through the hatch. Is that another door? It took some digging, but it's there. The map was right. That means there's hope, Eddie. Whatever it is that Enoch did, we can undo it. We can be happy to get... Eddie? Oh my. Oh god, I'm actually going to be sick this time. Your cousin violently heaves into the void, but nothing comes up. There's nothing here. This place is completely empty. Huh. Did you see the tear running down her cheek at the end? She was conflicted. I didn't, but that's a good point. This whole thing isn't very fair, you know. We only saw one side of the story. Of the victim. True, maybe this has more to do with Enoch than Edwardine. Maybe Enoch's hold on Edwardine was stronger than we know. He was mentioned in passing quite a few times. Yeah, maybe. Oh, what now? Do you repent? Do you repent for your crimes? I'm sorry you died. Don't answer it. You must answer for the crimes committed by your scarlet blood. Are you kidding me? I hate it here. I hate it here so much. Until you do, I cannot die. I want to die. Please. I have been alone in the dark for so long. All I ask is for some of your years. To pay for the years that were taken from me. What are you saying? My life was stolen from me. I want some of yours. It's only fair. No, it is absolutely not fair. You've got to be kidding me. Neither of us had anything to do with what happened to you. That definitely is not fair. The sins of the father are to be laid upon the children. One of you must forfeit, it doesn't matter which. Bullshit. And what happens if we refuse? Then I will stay. I will stay until I get what I'm owed. I don't understand. You will live a shorter life, and I will finally be satisfied. I will have justice. I will finally die. I will leave this house at last. How much shorter would my life be? Like 1 year? 2 years? You aren't seriously entertaining this thing, are you? That isn't for you to know. Just as it wasn't for me to know. One day, sooner than you'd like, you will die. The sentence has been handed down. Make your choice. I hope I didn't come too late. Sybil. With the save, maybe? Mom? All of you better get out of here before the spirit regains its composure. This is certainly a strong one, isn't it? Is Sybil going to try to sacrifice herself to save everybody in here? Don't worry about the others. They're safe. I got your call, Tabitha, but it was definitely not easy getting down here. Get us out of this pit, Sybil. Tabitha, I don't think it's wise to leave something like this where anyone could stumble across it. Why is that my problem? It wants something, doesn't it? And I think you know which of you should volunteer. You must be joking. You're the eldest cousin. You're the one who's actually lived in this town. It's only right. Absolutely not. We should just leave. I'm not giving in to the demands of some dead guy. Huh. Let's save our game. This is getting tricky. Like, I would agree with Tabitha. Neither of us owe the ghost. I'm with Tabitha. Neither of us owe this ghost a damn thing. We're leaving. Yeah, you heard Malice, Sybil. Neither of us are compromising with this thing. Now, can you get us out of here? Sybil sighs. Tabitha, are you sure you want to leave this business unfinished? Oh, sorry, wrong voice there. Absolutely, this is not our problem. If you think it's the best course of action, yes, I can get you out. It's only a question of seeing through the illusion. We're in a basement, even if all of your senses are telling you otherwise. Try closing your eyes and remembering where you are. You do as she says, closing your eyes. Suddenly the sounds and tactile sensations of the spirit realm feel much more distant, as though you've partially awoken from a terrible dream. Good, now feel for the stairs. You fumble in the darkness, grasping the air in front of you. Your palm meets wood with a solid thunk. It's the staircase. You can feel it under your hands. I found it. You begin your ascent. Good work, you two. You're doing great. You place a confident foot on the wooden floor of what you assume must be Rosalina's room. You open your eyes, seeing what feels like a superposition of the real and fake. Don't let it trick you again. Its powers are already struggling to maintain their grip on you. You continue. You feel the door frame under your palm, and then the sturdy walls of the hallway beyond. We're almost out. I knew it. I knew this ghost wasn't a big deal. It's only faltering now because it's exhausted. Don't underestimate the spirit, Tabitha. You stumble into the corridor between the annex and the library. The real world swims closer and closer to being back in focus. The doors! Come on, Malice. We're almost there. You and Tabitha fall towards the entrance, your legs still unsure of the ground beneath you, and the doors fly open. You're outside. It's real this time. A cool autumn breeze blows small piles of dried leaves across the steps of the library. I'm gonna peace out. Back-to-back encounters with my own mortality. I've got a lot to ponder. See ya, Rosalina. See ya, Alexis. Zane walks off down the road. He's taking it pretty well. Finally, we're out of the funhouse. But the spirit remains. It would have been much better to banish the thing. It's spread from the annex to the entire building. Anyone who steps foot in there might be subjected to its torment. Not my problem, not Malice's problem. I don't want anyone else in town to have to experience that. That was awful. My bones were not meant to bend like that. I've never been so sore in my life. See, just because that was the solution that's the thing. That was the solution that was presented to us by the ghost. That does not necessarily mean it is the only solution to deal with the ghost. I hope. We'll board this place up and say there was a gas leak. There, fixed it. That's temporary, Tabitha. I suppose I'll have to find another place for me and Rosalina to stay. This was such a disaster. I'm so sorry to have brought you all into that house. I should have left the place to rot. You and Rosalina could always stay with us, Mr. Gutierrez. I wouldn't want to impose on your parents like that. It's a lot to ask. I can figure this out. Let's see, blah, blah, blah. Oh my gosh, so many choices. Which choice are we not going to choose? I made a huge mistake? Nope. I hope you're not mad at me for getting out of there. No. We needed to regroup and think about our options. I wasn't about to make a deal like that in the heat of the moment. I get that, but until we figure something out, the library's now a dangerous space that we're just leaving there. Unfortunately, it would seem that spirit has only grown stronger since you made your choice. If you went back in there, I can only imagine its demands of you would be that much steeper. There's nothing to be done, at least for the time being. Great, then we all in principle agree it's done. Let's move on. Is there room at the, any ideas, Tabitha? Let's see if Tabitha is willing to offer space, instead of offering it for her. Your cousin grumbles. I don't usually do this kind of thing. The properties we own are for the miners, but there is a house that's vacant right now that might be suitable. You know the old Maxwell place? What? You can't be serious? That place is falling apart. Look, I'll tell you what. I won't even make you pay rent for the first month. Wow, such a charitable person. Consider it repayment for not literally giving up my soul to get rid of a ghost that wasn't causing any problems until the two of you lived there. That's funny. I thought it was your family that pissed off the ghost. Your cousin furiously pulls out a keyring before picking one off and handing it to Oscar. Thank you. This really means a lot to me and Rosalina. Now, if you all don't mind, I'm going to go home. I think I've had enough social interaction for a lifetime tonight. Finish up whatever you have to do here, I'll wait by the car. Tabitha doesn't wait for you to respond, pushing past you and heading towards the car. To think that ghosts are actually real, Stella's got to be over the moon right now. Not yet, mate. There's a difference between ghosts are real, or finding out ghosts are real, and finding out ghosts are real and only to become possessed and turn into their puppet. Like, you start to realize not only the futility of your own actions, but also, like, the perpetual sadness that is required to be a ghost. It's kind of like zombie movies. Like, you watch a zombie movie, or play a zombie video game, especially, and you fight zombies, you kill zombies. But when you consider the idea that every single zombie was a real person, like, imagine this scenario. Like, imagine playing a video game where you, let's say the circumstance is Dead Island, because that's a pretty easy scenario. You go to this local island resort for vacation, zombies appear. You spend the first half of the game meeting the people on the island, doing quests for them, trying to earn their respects, loyalty, social points, whatever. And then at the halfway points, people start to be turned into zombies. And you are finding yourself in a position where you have to shoot those zombies, even though you already knew who those people are. And that's the thing that most zombie games don't have, is that recognition of who they were as human beings. Whereas, like, Stella, her focus has always been on ghosts. Finding ghosts, finding the supernatural, finding the cryptids. But that search for the mysterious and the supernatural overrules the idea that these ghosts were people and they had stories. And most of them are not going to be very happy stories if they are haunting the place. Actually, wait, where is Stella? She's right there. I can see her. Oh, she's just standing there by herself. That isn't like her. I'm going to go talk to Stella. I'm going to go check in with her. You walk over to Stella. Oh, hey, Malice. So I guess ghosts are... Let's see, it's either you or you okay, I'm here if you need me. So I guess ghosts actually are real, huh? I'm so sorry, Malice. I don't think I can talk right now. I'll call you, okay? She hurries off down the road. I think she took the brunt of things in there. No wonder she's having a hard time right now. Should we go after her? She's a strong girl. She's had to grapple with a lot of turmoil in her life. She can handle an evening like this. All of you should be taking after Stella right now, to be honest. You've all been through something awful, and each and every one of you needs rest. Especially you, Kanika. We don't want that cold of yours to get any worse. God, what a disaster this whole night has been. I had no idea it would turn out like this. I'm so sorry, everyone. Hey, everyone's alive. For the moment, I suppose. Stop apologizing, Dad. We're the ones who don't have a house anymore. We don't even have the library now. There was another carving in there. I wonder if those things are tied to everything supernatural that's been happening. Yeah, I wonder. One is a coincidence, but two of them on back-to-back nights? And if you and Stella are right, and there's another one in the clinic. I'm sorry, I'm a little lost. Have you been finding carvings around town? This is news to me, too. I'm sure everyone here could stand around theorizing about this and that all night long, but there'll be plenty of time for that tomorrow. I ran into Wayne in one of those rooms, and he vaguely threatened Stella if I kept poking around. Wait, are you serious? Should we be worried about her? Of course we should be. I'll make sure Stella knows what's going on. Did he say anything else to you? We don't need to trouble Malice for any details. No one pay any mind to that man. He's just a drifter. He'll be gone soon enough. In the meantime, steer clear and he won't make trouble. Sybil. Sybil. What do you know that I don't? I'm really sorry, Oscar. I'm really sorry, Rosalina. It's okay. Worse things have happened to people and the price was just too high. We'll find a way to pick things up. I know you did everything you could for us, Malice. It probably was smart not to trust that ghost anyways. You won't have to do it alone, Oscar. You can help yourself to whatever you need from the store. Yeah, I'm sure Aunt Winnie and I can help out too. This is a good town, full of good people, Malice. We won't let this ruin Oscar. What do we do about the library? We can always board it up until the ghost goes away, right? The mines were boarded up and that just made us want to go down there even more. We can't just tell them it's mega haunted. Even if folks believe us, they'll just make them want to investigate for themselves. Maybe Tabitha had the right idea. Maybe we just say there's a gas leak. Sybil, is there a chance this goes away on its own? I'm not really an authority on these things, but it doesn't seem interested in fading away. Also, if this is related to the carving, then the presence of the carving would mean that it is always landlocked to that location. Okay, then it's settled. We board it up. We say there was a gas leak. And just hope no one gets curious, I guess. It's the best we can do for now. Were you all conscious that whole time? Everyone glances at each other. Yeah, it was awful. Kind of fun too, but mostly awful. I'm pretty sure we remember everything, at least up until Sybil showed up and snapped us out of it. What was it like being puppeted? That's also interesting, the entire idea of possession and puppetry, because there's a lot of times where ghosts possess people in films, in video games, but the possession always retains perfect control. Whereas, as a puppeter, that really affects the movement of the characters. They all glance away. It hurt. Why didn't I make the kids stay behind? I can't believe I let that happen to them. Dad, this might be the overwhelming pain and exhaustion talking, but shut up. I love you. None of this is your fault, okay? I had no idea what I was going to say until the words were already spilling out. It was like I had no control over myself. I remember each and every thing I said. It's like it was burned into my memory. You poor souls. I can't begin to imagine what you've all been through. We should probably get going. It's starting to get chilly out, and I don't want to keep Alexa's parents up too late. I'll be over later tonight with some bedding and hot tea, and I'll have Miles bring you groceries in the morning. Don't be a stranger and let us know if you need anything, okay? I believe it's time for me to get my daughter home as well. But, Kanika dear, you haven't been feeling well. You need to get some rest. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow, Malice. I'm stuck here, aren't I? I guess we all are. Kanika warily treks back to the general store. Before I go, Sybil places a hand on your arm, holding you back for a moment. I'm sure you have questions after everything you saw tonight, but let's not get into it here. I think everyone could use a little rest and relaxation right now, yourself included. If you swing by the tea room sometime tomorrow, say early afternoon, you and I can have a little chat. I'll see you then, Malice. Sybil leaves you and catches up to her daughter. You can't help but overhear snippets of their conversation as they leave. My whole body hurts, Mom. What was that? And I want a better answer than a ghost. It was a spirit, dear. I've never been a fan of the word ghost. You'll be all right. Let me get you some of that special tea. It's been working well, don't you think? I think ibuprofen would be better, but I gotta admit the tea has been nice. I'll put the kettle on as soon as we get home. I guess it's just the two of us now. Do you have any idea who you were? I could roughly place most of the others. None whatsoever, but I remember everything I said, and I remember that cold feeling. A prisoner of the Scarlets. I wonder what your family was up to back then. I guess we can add it to the ever-growing pile of mysteries. Do you regret coming along tonight? Look, that was a horrible experience that will stick with me for the rest of my days, and we failed to get rid of the ghost. But failure has a way of bringing people together, and hey, I got genuinely possessed back there. How many people can say they were possessed by a ghost? 7 now, at least. What do you remember? As far as I know, all of it. I might start forgetting soon, but for now it's all fresh. The twisting wasn't the most unpleasant, but even though I feel like I got tossed in a blender, it honestly made me feel so alive. I guess I'll see you around. Yeah, I should probably get going. I'm supposed to have a shift tomorrow morning. I might have to call in sick, but here's hoping a good night's sleep is enough to heal up. Avery heads off, leaving the square in front of the library empty. Time to wrap things up here. The ride back is nearly silent as you and Tabitha reflect on the night's events and your decision to leave the haunting intact. I'm glad we're both still in one piece. Me too. It's like Sybil said, it's done, and there's nothing we can do about it other than move on. So I guess ghosts are real. Yeah, I guess so. Hell no. It's pretty terrifying to think about. Because then you've got actual evidence of life beyond death, to an extent. That's healthy. Make sure you hold on to that fear and stop investigating weird stuff down. At least she's consistent. Clearly, every time you do, it ends really, really poorly. Stay scared, stay safe. Let's ride in silence. You slide back into silence as the car makes its way back to the estate. You're back inside. After the events of this evening, the howling winds and unsteady creaks of the estate almost feel like a warm welcome. Well, we're back. Huh. Alright, it looks like we've got a little bit more to go. I think I'm gonna stop here for the night. Then we can interrogate Tabitha tomorrow. And see what happens next. In the meantime, got any suggestions for someone to play next? Leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have yourselves a good night.